Historic churches in the east of England are to share a £2.7 million grant to carry out some urgent repair work.
They will get between £15,000 and £175,000 each. The money's coming from English Heritage and the Heritage Lottery Fund. Well, Emma Baker is at one of the churches for us now. Emma.
Yes, good evening, Becky. When you think of churches, you so often think of places of worship, but many would argue that these buildings, like the one behind me here in Harston, are so much more than that. They are, of course, architectural wonders, and for many, they are treasure troves of history. They have, of course, been the focal point for so many communities and generations that have gone before us, but that, of course, means now many of them are desperately in need of restoration. Well, of course, these grants that have been given to some of the churches in our region today will give many of them that boost they need to go on and do just that.
They've been around for centuries, standing tall in the wind and the rain, a defining feature of our rural landscape. But the years have taken their toll, and many of these medieval churches are crumbling away. Today, 26 of them received the answers to their prayers, with a grant of almost £3 million from the English Heritage and the Heritage Lottery Fund.
A lot of our buildings are terribly in need. They are, by their very nature, some of them very old. They are listed buildings, so the repairs to the fabric are really important. But I think what's really important for the communities is that these buildings are not only places of worship, but they are, in many cases, local landmarks, and they really give a sense of place, and people feel very, very warm towards them.
And this is one of the churches that will get some of that money. All Saints in Harston near Cambridge will receive a grant of £148,000 to help it repair its church tower. But in order to truly appreciate the beauty of this building, you can't just look at it from down here. You need to come up here, where you get panoramic views for miles around. The east of England arguably has the finest collection of medieval churches in the country. And it's views like this that help you appreciate just how unique these buildings really are. Today's announcement sees 26 churches across our region sharing a total grant of £2.7 million. Among them, the 14th century All Saints Church at Houghton Conquest in Bedfordshire, 12th century St Vincent's Church at Newham in Hertfordshire, St John the Baptist Church at Thaxted in Essex, and at Suffield in Norfolk, the medieval Church of St Margaret. Back at Harston, there's great excitement that their church will finally be getting the TLC it deserves.
It's going to make such a difference, makes what would be impossible possible. This church is a focal point for the village, and it cements the village together.
It's hoped by spending the money now, these buildings will continue to be enjoyed for many centuries into the future. Emma Baker, Anglia News, Harston in Cambridgeshire.
Good news.
Now it's proving an internet sensation, and it could raise £1 million for charity.
Two teenagers from Dovercourt in Essex have recently recorded an album, and one of their songs, Rocket Girl, has been listened to more than 200,000 times online.
Well, it's a tribute to a classmate who died from leukemia, and any money raised by the girls will go to a cancer care charity. Martin Stew has the story.
Dreams of becoming a pop star are nothing new for teenage girls, but for Laura Green and Hannah Shale Kennedy, their motivation is a little different. 6 years ago, Laura's classmate Declan Heath died of leukemia. When she returned to a primary school to sing a song, the teacher liked it so much, he asked them to record it for the cancer care charity Click Sargent.
We saw how badly they were affected, and then we just realised it must be similar for every single family, and there's so many other families we can help. So we thought if we can just make their lives a little bit better, then we'd just be helping a few people.
An amazing 200,000 people have listened to the single on the internet, and now the pair have been snapped up by a record company.
I mean, singing for me, and probably for Laura as well, has been something that I've always wanted to do, so just the whole idea of that happening is really exciting, and it's amazing.
Plus, they got to make their very own pop video.
It was was just fun. It was so much fun. I think it was freezing cold, and me and Laura were just like, I think dancing to keep warm more than anything.
In the video, if you see, there's all frost on the
There's
ground.
like snow on the ground.
Yeah.
But no, it was really fun. It was really good fun.
James Martin was Laura's old teacher and is the man behind the project.
It's brilliant news, really, because we're a town that doesn't get a good press. The local school doesn't get good press, the local children don't get good press, so it's something really vibrant and exciting coming out of Harwich.
The song has already raised £20,000 from downloads, and with the album now out, they're hoping to make $1 million by the end of the year. Ambitious, yes, but their enthusiasm's so infectious, it's hard not to get swept along.
It's pretty simple. First of all, we're going to go, and I can see you in my dreams.
Yeah.
Okay, and then with your moon boots on.
Enough practice,
And we're
cue the music.
walking on egg.
I think I better leave it to the professionals. Martin Stew, Anglia News, Dovercourt.
Do you know, we've seen that about 6 times this afternoon. We still find Martin Stew dancing
very
funny.
good, yeah.
And if you'd like to see the Rocket Girl video in full, then you can find a link to it on our website. That's itv.com/Anglia.
It was specifically that bit, the sleeping bit, wasn't it? I couldn't work
got
it
quite
out.
into that,
I
didn't
know,
you?
exactly. And the dad dancing, very impressive. Now then, with details of a programme coming up this evening on ITV1, here's Julie Etchingham.